When you look at the front of my classroom, hopefully the first thing you notice is my bulletin board, papered with pages from a book, and painted in big red letters the words, "Stories are how we learn to be human." I put that up before the start of the year because I wanted to send a very clear message that this is what I teach, that this is what's important in English class. What I did not expect was that some 7 months later, a global pandemic would close the doors of every school in the country, requiring us to create some kind of remote teaching experience and forcing us teachers to consider what is essential for people to do during this time. I think it's pretty telling what things we are quick to throw out. And of course, tests in general, even grades. And what have we been focusing on instead? Connecting with our students, maintaining a sort of community from a distance, ensuring people's well-being, and for me, the reading and telling of stories. I urged you at the start of this to begin keeping a daily journal. I hope you took my advice and have been doing that. If you didn't, it's still not too late to start. I didn't ask you to share your journals with me, but I did for my seniors, and I have found that reading some of their journals has been great for me. I sincerely miss you guys. And even though I keep putting these videos out, I'm not hearing from most of you. If you feel like writing to me or sharing some of your journals with me, I really would appreciate it. And aside from the journals, I knew the other thing I wanted to make sure you did was read the stories that we have in 20th century American literature. Reading and explaining them to you now, I'm realizing that the reason I love these stories is that each of them has something important to tell us about being human. It's like that bulletin board of mine. Through these stories, we learn about people who are different from us, who have had experiences that we haven't had yet, but we might in the future. The love song of J. Alfred Prufrock shows us the insecurity that sometimes comes with being middle-aged. Soldier's Home provides a portrait of a man with PTSD from the war, trying to adjust to civilian life again and perhaps struggling with some depression. The story I'm going to assign tomorrow looks at a woman at the end of her life and the thoughts that she has while on her deathbed. And later this week, I'll have a story for you with a grotesque and disturbing character who is still somehow presented in such a way that we can feel some sympathy for her. These are fictional stories, but fiction can teach us great things about what it is to struggle with human emotions, human insecurities, and human weaknesses. And I think that's how we learn to identify all of those things in ourselves and the people around us and build empathy for others. This is what is essential in English class. It's what has always been essential. It's just that sometimes it takes a crisis to remind us about what really matters. So, please, keep on reading the stories I'm giving you. Read the stories you want to read as well, and keep writing your own. And if you're so inclined, please write to me. I'd love to hear from you.